when it comes to maintaining a healthy body, many folks look for an interesting or fun activity because if it's not fun, you're not going to do it. And one activity gaining popularity is martial arts. Joining me today to talk about one in particular type, Aikido, School of Central Ohio, head instructor Claude Jeromes. Claude, did I say that right? Aikido?
Claude Jeromes, that's right.
Well, I'm talking about Aikido.
Oh, Aikido's good too. Aikido's good too.
What is Aikido? Let's start from the beginning.
Aikido's a Japanese martial art that evolved from really harsh forms into something a little more gentle on the attacker, so that you're not destroying the attacker. So old forms like jiu-jitsu and so forth might break arms and so forth, and throw somebody down to the ground very hard and break them. Aikido is a more pacifistic philosophy, but no less vigorous. So
how did this evolve? Because of the fact that things like karate and judo were so, as you said, could break bones, that we needed to do some exercise that was a little easier?
Now, it's like Aikido can go in that direction, but the founder of the martial art meditated on the violence of the martial arts and changed the martial art to something that was more soft and but also powerful.
Well, we have some examples today because you brought two students, Renee Bean and Buck Bania, and they're going to go ahead, you two, and show us a little bit of what is called Aikido. And Claude, what is it that they're doing?
Well, I've asked Renee and Buck to demonstrate some basic moves. This is a grab from behind, a strong wrist grab. This will work against strength, even though a lot of Aikido looks like it's very cooperative. It can be dealt with resistance, and Renee is demonstrating that now. It's a very
it
flowing.
Also looks like a safety training.
A safety training.
Yeah, like, you know, against attackers you could do.
Oh, absolutely. This is a self-defense art. So you can get out of a grab despite your size. You can deal with strength. You don't do it by opposing the force, but by blending with it.
Now, these folks are a little bit older, and I mean, they're not kids. And I always think of martial arts being something that kids do. But this is for everybody of every age.
From age 13 through 73 and beyond, we have students the whole range, and they all work together. We have a junior class on Saturday mornings from ages 7 to 13, but basically, after 13, 14, when the bones are developed, then everybody joins in.
We'll give you guys a rest for a minute. Now, did they get hurt doing this?
Rarely do they, you know, it's possible to have a flipped ankle or something like that, or toenails run into each other, but nothing very severe usually.
So. And what kind of, obviously it looked like they were getting a lot of exercise.
Right.
Are people turning to this for exercise?
Yeah, they are. I mean, there's a lot of getting up and down off the ground. If you do this a few hundred times, if you saw, you're going to get, and that happens in one class, but not everybody can do that level of vigor, so they slow down, and you adapt to where you're at, and you work toward that if it's possible. If it's not possible, you just do what you can.
So you have levels, different levels of classes for different capabilities.
Right. Actually, everybody works in together, but everybody works at their own pace. So everybody works at their own level, but in the same class.
When you mentioned meditation earlier, I started thinking, is that a part of what Aikido is? Do you meditate at all before you start the class, or is that part of the class?
There's a moment for meditation. That's an individual thing, but Aikido is considered a moving meditation as well, to try to have a calm spirit while things are moving around you. I'm sure you know what that's like when everything is coming at you.
Is that what this show feels like to you, Claude?
Not at the moment.
Everything's happening.
Not at the moment. It's fine. So.
Now, I'll have you two demonstrate a little bit more, if you wouldn't mind, as I ask a couple last questions.
Sure.
One is, do you have to have any sort of athletic ability to do this?
Not at all. If people have had no sports or nothing, they're just intrigued by the philosophy of it. It's very different than other martial arts, but compatible with other martial arts. So you don't need any athletic ability, just a desire to learn. And
you mentioned the age 13. Why is that a magic number?
Well, because by this 13, 14 years old, the bones are a little more developed, and there's some twisting motion with the joints and so forth that you don't want to torque too much, because that's just a precaution there.
Now, do you have classes all year round, Claude?
Yeah, we have classes 6 days a week. It's $75 a month, and there's no long-term monthly contracts. And we have a free class every first Sunday of the month at 11 a.m.
So you can give it a try.
You can give it a try.
Great idea.
We'll look forward to seeing you there.
I did not promise that, Claude. I understand. Thank you very much, Renee and Buck. We appreciate you helping us out this morning, and thanks, Claude. Pleasure.
Thank you.